Hey everybody, JCB here at the Awesomist, and you're watching the Awesomist Awesomest Awesome List. You know what? I think it's time for a change. That's better. Wait a minute. This is all fake? Even my chair? How is this possible? There we go. So today we're going to be doing a little scavenger hunt at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Now I looked for a scavenger hunt online before I went to Six Flags Magic Mountain, but I couldn't find one that wasn't completely stupid. Really? Find someone wearing a superhero t-shirt.
Holy crap, it's Superman. Holy crap, it's Batman. Holy crap, it's Batman. Holy crap, it's Batman.
Needless to say, I decided to make my own. So here is the list in its entirety. If you want to try finding everything on this list yourself without any help from me, I suggest you stop this video here, write these down, and come back right after your next trip to see how many you found. And if you don't care about any of that, just keep watching because I'm about to show you each and every item and where you can find them at the park. By the way, you can also find this list in the description below. So without further ado, let's explore the park together. I think I'll do this in my usual fashion, so here are my top 12 strange and interesting things you can find at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Number 12, the mysterious door to paradise. Somewhere in Six Flags Magic Mountain is a door marked Paradise Pavilion. Now this wouldn't seem very strange at first, except that it's closed and locked, which means as guests of the park, we're all locked out of paradise. If you haven't been able to find this door on your own, here's how you can. Head to Looney Tune Land and find the Tweety Bird Cage Ride. Now that's a ride I can get behind. Lock your kid in a cage and walk away. Behind this ride is a mysterious door closed and locked with a sign that says Paradise Pavilion. Intrigued, I asked a few of the park employees about it, and none of them seemed to know where the door led. One guy even told me he had never noticed it before I brought it up. And I get that it's in the back corner of the little kid area, but come on man, you worked there. Anyway, a little Googling uncovered the very boring fact that this is a picnic area, designed for company and private catering events. Still, I made this list because if you tell your friends you're looking for the door to paradise, they might be a little more interested in following you around with a list. Number 11, the Old Wizard's Castle. Back in the early days of the park before the Six Flags Corporation purchased it, Magic Mountain had a slew of odd characters and mascots, along with lots of theming that went along with them. The Wizard's Castle is a holdover from that era. It's actually one of my favorites on this list because it's hidden right in plain sight and many people don't even know it's there. So how do you find it? The castle is located in Looney Tune Land back here by the Sylvester Pounce and Bounce. This is quite possibly the oldest relic in the park. While Magic Mountain had the rights to use the Looney Tune characters soon after opening, during the park's first 10 years they instead used a group of trolls and a wizard. The Wizard's Castle was a playground type attraction with a rope bridge and other cool little activities kids can partake in. It's actually really neat that it's still standing all these years later, and many parents don't even notice it's right behind the ride while their kids are on it. Number 10, the crashed pirate ship. Did you know there's a crashed pirate ship in Six Flags Magic Mountain? This is another interesting structure that's hiding in plain sight. So how do you find it? Oddly enough, it's the entrance to the Buccaneer and Swashbuckler rides. It just looks like two doors and a pole. But if you look at this entrance from the right angle, you'll notice it's actually a shipwreck, a boat tipped on its side. I must have visited the park 15 times before I noticed this. I have to say, for all the flack the park gets for a general lack of theming, this is actually a pretty clever ride entrance, and one that most people never even notice. Number 9, the Inappropriate Panda. So if you've ever been on X2, you probably walked right past the Panda Express. Well, it's not really a Panda Express anymore, they've closed it and they're re-theming it as sort of a Six Flags Chinese food place thing, but what remains to be seen is whether or not they're going to paint over the Inappropriate Panda. What and where is the Inappropriate Panda, you ask? I'll show you. Right on the front of the building, greeting thousands of guests every day as they wait to order their food, is the Inappropriate Panda. He's just right there, being all kinds of inappropriate. Hilarious. I really hope they don't paint over that. I think it's fantastic. Number 8, the Junkie. So Gotham City is of course home to Batman, or in the case of Six Flags Magic Mountain, Batman the Ride. Gotham is also home to many criminals, which obviously leads to lots of graffiti. One piece of graffiti in particular is kind of curious, as it appears to be a guy huffing paint. Upon exiting the ride, as you make your way out of Gotham, you will come across a piece of graffiti that at the very least hints at some unsavory behavior. Yeah, that's more than a little odd. I'm not sure how this got approved by park management, but at least he's not fondling himself like that panda. Number 7, the Old Crazy Barrels Ride. The Old Crazy Barrels Ride was similar to the same types of ride you would see at your local county fair or carnival. Big spinning plastic carts in the shape of a barrel designed to make you throw up all over the place. Today, all that's left of the Crazy Barrel Ride is the old loading station situated behind the small basketball game as you enter the Colossus County Fair. I do want to apologize to the employees who are trying to have their lunch in what now appears to be a break area. I should have put annoyed employees on my scavenger hunt list because I found some. Seriously though, I didn't know you guys were back there and I just sort of stuck my camera over the fence. Sorry about that. Number 6, the Metro. Also located in Colossus County Fair is the old Metro line. The old Metro line was used to ferry guests across the park. It was basically a big people mover that guests could use to quickly get from one end of the park to the other. Today, all that remains of the people mover is its rail, hidden in the trees behind the county fair's basketball free throw, guess your weight booth, and of course, Johnny Rockets. The old loading platform also remains, though it's in disarray and apparently the park does have plans to tear it down. This part of the park is really pretty with lots of trees, steps, and paths. This is actually where I filmed my first Six Flags Magic Mountain video because it's so nice and quiet and peaceful over there. I do hope they put a new people mover in here as that would be very helpful, but I also wouldn't complain if they added another ride. Number 5, the Dragon Station. Dragon was another people mover, this time on the back side of the mountain. It was the easiest way to get to the back of the park after riding Orient Express to the top. After reaching the loading station, the floor would rotate the cart around so it could make its way back up with new passengers. With well over 200 acres of property, there's no surprise there were so many people movers at the park. I mean, I haven't even mentioned the old Eagles Flight Skyway. But the Dragon was infamous for being incredibly slow. So slow in fact that guests would actually get out of the car and walk up the mountain faster than the thing could carry them. Today all that remains is a loading platform near the entrance to Jetstream. The other loading platform at the top is now used for the Ride Ninja. Number 4, secret names. All over the park are names of employees hidden in plain sight. Located in the brand new Scream Punt District by Twisted Colossus is the newly revamped and renamed Gearworks Theater. On the side of the theater are a bunch of fictitious business names written near fake shutters, each with a connection to an employee. For instance, Dofflo & Sons is a nod to the director of maintenance, Tim Dofflo. And then there are these wooden decorations by the bait shop that also spell out names in a more cryptic manner. Basically, the amount of paint on a single piece indicates a letter of the alphabet. Imagine a bunch of notches on this decoration with each notch representing a letter of the alphabet. Painting a contrasting color to one of these imaginary notches sets this piece to that letter. You can also find these things hanging by the entrance to Tidal Wave, and figuring them out makes for a great way to kill some time while waiting in line. Number 3, the last troll at the park. As I mentioned before, the park's mascots used to be a group of trolls and a wizard, but once they decided to go all in with the Looney Tunes licensing, the trolls got cast aside, though there is still one remnant of the old troll mascots at the park if you can find them. Sandblasters is the bumper car ride at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Wait, let me rephrase that. Sandblasters is a ride that looks like a bumper car ride, but since you're only allowed to move in one direction and since everybody's going the same speed in the same direction, it's almost impossible to actually bump anybody. Anyway, on the exit of Sandblasters is the last remnant of the old park trolls. I guess it's nice they're still represented somewhere. Right, pal? Number 2, the Whippersnapper exit. In the 1980s classic film National Lampoon's Vacation, Clark Griswold threatens a security guard to get into a closed amusement park his family drove across the country to visit. In real life, that theme park is Six Flags Magic Mountain, and some of the rides featured in the film are the Buccaneer, the original Colossus, the Scrambler, and the Revolution, which in the film was called the Whippersnapper. When the Griswolds get off the Whippersnapper, they are immediately met by the police at the ride's exit. But wait, that's not the exit to Revolution. In the early 1980s, the park tried moving the exit to the Revolution up the hill to this archway. Though they eventually abandoned the idea, I guess it is possible they could try it again since they are revamping the Revolution to the new Revolution. Regardless, the archway the Griswolds used is still there, now with big wooden doors blocking the path. The archway is located in what is now called X2 Plaza and has been used as the entrance to the Chupacabra maze during Fright Fest. Number 1, the Magic Pagoda. This is an odd one. Up on the top of Samurai Summit by the Six Flags Tower, you'll see a building with a stairwell that leads down toward the entry of Ninja, probably more commonly known by today's Fright Fest fans as Willoughby's Haunted Mansion. By the way, as this picture was being taken, a blast of compressed air meant to scare me was instead traveling up my butt crack. This building was once known as the Magic Pagoda, an Asian-themed museum/maze that was, from what I could tell, both equal parts goofy and scary. It featured a mirror maze, chambers into which lucky guests would disappear, a talking Buddha with a projected face that moved and spoke to you, a dragon that spewed steam as it flew overhead. All of that sounds really cool. Unfortunately, the pagoda was closed in 1984, though you can still see the remnants of the building at the top of the mountain today. And if you get a chance to go inside during Fright Fest, do it. I did and got this photo of my wife, myself, and my beautiful friends. Just make sure to clench. So that's my list. Do you know of any other odd or interesting facts about Six Flags Magic Mountain? If so, let me know in the comments down below. Also be sure to check out my other Six Flags videos, which you can do by clicking this link right here, which will take you to a playlist that I'm gonna create right now. Also, I want to say thank you to the people I ran into at the park who recognized me. That was a perfect end to a very long and tiring day. That was awesome. Speaking of my fellow Awesomites, a lot of you have been wondering where I've been, as it's been about 4 weeks since my last video. I've been really busy. I went on a cruise to Ensenada with my wife, my stepdaughter, my brother-in-law, his wife, and her mom, and we had a fantastic time. We went all the way to Mexico and back. I was going to do a travel vlog on it, but then my computer's hard drive completely crashed and I lost all that footage, which really sucked. I then, of course, had to upgrade my computer, so that took a little bit of time. And I also set up this new recording space, complete with the green screen and new lighting and everything that should make recording videos and producing them faster and more efficient. In addition to all that, I also helped my friend Garth create his first video for his YouTube channel, which he's just starting out. You can go ahead and click here to check that out, though the link might not work just yet because we're about 98% through editing it, but you know, I'm gonna go ahead and point it out here now because it should be done very, very soon, and people watching this later will be able to click here and watch that video. Make sure you check it out, let me know what you think. I did the filming and the editing, and we used my space here to do it, so you know, check that out, let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below, tell them the Awesomest sent you, all that happy stuff. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. I should be back on a more consistent schedule now. We'll see how this recording space works out. Be sure to check out my other videos, as I do a lot more stuff other than just Six Flags Magic Mountain, you know, so give those a look-see. As always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, keep being awesome. What the hell?